ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
Welcome back to another episode of the ALG podcast. If you're listening to this on the day of drop, then happy Friday to you. Really quick at the top of the show, guys, if you could 5-star rate review the show, we love seeing those reviews and we like the 5 stars. So if you could please do us a favor, give us plenty of those. Share this with someone who you think would be interested in it. Really quick, guys. This podcast is sponsored by the good folks at Redcon One. For the highest state of readiness, go to redcon1.com. Use promo code T20JARPS. Save 20% your whole entire order. And guys, exclusive to the ALG family, if you go on to realgoodfoods.com and use promo code The Gains in Between, you can save 10% off your whole entire order from the Real Good Foods family. They just sent me a whole package of stuff. I'm a really big fan of their breakfast sandwiches, and I think that you will be too. If you're a fan of McGriddles, then they have something for you. Yeah, no, they're slamming. They are slamming. So how'd you like that? That was really good.
Smooth. Except for, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not a huge fan of McGriddles, personally.
You were never fat.
It's too much. It's too
You were
much.
never fat. You were never fat.
It was the biscuits for me, man. I love the biscuits.
The biscuits are okay. You know what I don't like? McMuffins.
Yeah, they're just bland.
I don't like English muffins.
See, I enjoy English muffins.
No.
I enjoy English muffins.
No. But anyway, guys, today we are talking about. I like a good pancake.
Pancakes. See, I'm not kidding you. Do you know or waffles? The Eggo waffle boxes?
Yeah.
I'd eat a whole box in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Covered in peanut butter.
I like my Eggos kind of floppy.
So you like the soggy Eggo waffles?
I like a soggy Eggo. I like a crispy waffle, but a soggy Eggo.
Okay.
So I figured out if you throw an Eggo in the microwave for like 25 seconds, they get very soggy.
We learn something new every day.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know. Anyway, guys, all jokes aside.
Speaking of food,
today we are talking about the holidays. So we have done this episode in the past, but I think it's always good. This is a good topic to circle back to because obviously we have new listeners, we have old listeners, and we have people that are just beginning their weight loss journey. We have people that have been on their weight loss journey. We have people that are thinking about starting weight loss journey. So with that being said, we have some tips, some tricks, some advice of how to go about the holiday season while doing a journey. So, date of recording, it is what, November 10th?
It is the 10th.
Yep. So this will be out by the 12th, which brings us, I think, a week
and a half early.
Yeah, week and a half to Thanksgiving.
Yep.
About a month out from Christmas, Hanukkah, all that good stuff. So the question that a lot of people, I get this all the time in my DMs, how do you go about the holidays? So I think there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat.
This is what I was gonna say.
There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. So like we've discussed on the past, because this falls right in line with the birthday thing, right? So you can look at it as, this only comes around once a year. If your grandma makes some crazy stuffing or, she fries a turkey and whatever the case may be, if it's a once a year thing and you want to enjoy a little bit, I don't see a reason why you can't. Mm-hmm. Now, that does not mean, so like, if you know that you're the type of person that doesn't have control and Thanksgiving's over and you have loads of leftovers in the fridge and you're going to be making turkey sandwiches every day, or you're going to be, you're going to be eating deviled eggs for the next 3 weeks until Christmas, then we need to have a conversation, because this really all comes down to personal accountability. It comes down to personal control. And it really just comes down to what you believe you can do as an individual. Because for me, when I had gastric sleeve surgery, in 2016 couple of like a week before Thanksgiving or like a week and a half before Thanksgiving. So my first, I'm fresh out, baby. Like I still got scars on my belly at this point. I got cuts. I mean, my whole family was eating Thanksgiving and I was sitting there and I was eating mushy food because like I wasn't even up to solid food at that point. But what I think what that did for me was it set up a good mind frame. Like it set up a good mindset for me, because it made me realize that a holiday is just a day, and I think a lot of us can't get past that. A lot of us encompass this holiday season, it happens in my house, soon as this time of year rolls around, all of a sudden my stepmom's making cookies every day. She's baking out of control. There's pies for no reason, oh, we got to test doughs because, once the big day comes, everything's got, and listen, I get it, but you need to understand if you are going to let yourself have the day, it's just the day, What is your perspective on the matter, David?
I think it's a great way to say it. So I'm in the same ballpark. There's like so much of this shit where it's like everyone wants to put everyone in the same fucking boat, and it's not life. It's not life. People think of things in a different way, and some people are more influenced, less influenced. Some people are easier back on track. Some people have a harder time to get back on track. And so the big thing to me, I'll share from two lights. Number one, I've in the depths of my journey in like this true momentum phase,
right?
I almost I almost brought my own food to certain family gatherings.
I've done it.
And this is what I will say. And some different nutritionists, dietitians, everyone across the board is going to have their fucking opinion. My angle is, should you do it forever? No. If you're in the midst of your journey and you're just like, I want to hold this momentum. I want to stick to what I'm doing. I want to stick to my guns. And in the future, I'm going to start giving my indulgences. In the future, I know I want to bring some of this food back and do some of the normal things again. That's fine. The idea that you have to do it for the rest of your life, number one, that's just not true. I mean, right. I had a cookie right before this. So guys, you think it's not true. Right. But I don't want you to feel like you are somehow weaker by bringing your own food or weighing out your food to be on track just because you're in the midst of your momentum of your journey.
Absolutely.
And like either way you go about it, it doesn't fucking matter. I think the most important thing to me is you have a good mindset going into it. Like you're intentional with what you're doing. Either, hey, I'm indulging myself and this is what I'm doing.
Right.
Or I'm going to stick to my program and my protocol and I'm going to bullhead through and then we're going to adjust in the future.
Right.
Whatever strategy. Because then the other part is the reality that I've gone to enough family get-togethers or whatever where you said going into it, I'm not going to have any cookies. I'm going to eat the food. I'm not going to touch the treats. And personally, I've had experiences where I had one cookie that led to 3, that led to 5. And before I know it, I'm just kind of shuttled over by the dessert area. And it's like, fuck, like that just happened. I just had 4 cookies, 2 brownies, and a piece of carrot cake. Fuck, right. that just happened.
Right.
Now, if that happens in the next few weeks, next morning, you're going to give yourself grace.
Absolutely. You're
going to say, hey, I made a poor decision. I need to learn how to deal with this in a better, more positive in the future. Well, I'm just going to start back on a normal day. What does a normal nutritional day look like for you? And get back on track. Do not hurt yourself for the sake of a bad decision the day before, meaning, oh, now I got to go run 15 miles. I'm only going to eat 400 calories. Actually, I'm going to fast today. Yeah, I'm just not going to eat today. Like that is setting up an extremely dangerous precedent that's going to build you a roller coaster.
Yeah, this isn't a punishment thing. Yeah. That's what really everyone needs to realize. And that just doesn't, stand true for the holidays, but every day, because like perfection's a myth. We say that all the time on this podcast, But perfection is an absolute myth. You're going to have days where you're off track. You're going to have one meal, where, it wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be, or a dessert where it wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be, or something pops up, So like, you can't look at the next day as a punishment day. The gym is, I said this, I tweeted this today. The gym is not a place of punishment. You cannot heal where you punish yourself. It just doesn't work like that, So if you're the type of person that, maybe you're the dessert guy, because I know David's more of a dessert guy. I'm more of a food guy, So if you're more of a dessert guy, then don't be packing on the potatoes, and don't, save room for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Set up good precedent throughout the day. You can eat clean there's a whole day that happens before Thanksgiving dinner. So like, do what you got to do in the daytime. But if you want your Aunt Marie's fucking chocolate pudding pie, have a piece of chocolate pudding pie, dude. It comes around once a year, But flip side of the coin,
when she asks if you want to take half of it home because you have some extra,
we're not taking anything home.
No.
We're not bringing any Tupperware unless you're bringing prep food to Thanksgiving dinner. We ain't bringing any Tupperware there. We're not bringing any Tupperware home. But that's our ideas.
Yep. And it's so funny because it's like I just sit here and as long it is one of those things where health and happiness, it has such a great balance to it. There's a lot you can live and indulge and have a congruently healthy life and a happy life.
Absolutely.
And it's super important to know on the overly restrictive side that if you are in a good mind for it, like there are people out there that are so truly in tuned and just happy eating grilled chicken salads, and they don't feel restricted. They don't feel frustrated or worried.
I'm that person.
Yeah. And they just eat the food they want to eat. If that is you, do not let people go, oh, you can't, that's an eating disorder, or no, you have a bad relationship with food. No, fuck you. It's not a scared thing. I enjoy these new foods. This is what I like to do. And it's not a fear thing. It's not a scared thing. It's like, this is just what I like to do.
Right.
That's, I get so frustrated when people try to label every single person because they don't eat the way you think they should eat.
Absolutely. But now let's talk about this. You decide, okay, Thanksgiving Day, I want to have everything. We're
having the stuffing.
We're having everything.
I'm putting gravy on my mashed potatoes.
That's what I'm saying. But now you sit down at the dinner table and you're ready to dig into this plate. You've been waiting all year for this plate, and your uncle across the table goes, "Oh, aren't you on a diet? Do you really think that you should be eating that?"
You look at him and say, "Go fuck yourself, Uncle Bill."
Absolutely. You look that man dead in the eye and you go fuck yourself.
Uncle Bill, you got to lose 70 yourself. Go fuck yourself.
But no, seriously, don't. I've done it. Don't let others' opinions of what you're doing, change your momentum, change how you think of yourself. Stick to your guns.
Own it.
I don't. Yes, exactly. I don't want to sit here and tell you that the right thing to do is to skip a holiday. I don't want to tell you that the right thing to do is indulge on a holiday, because as holidays approach, the way that I operate changes every single year.
I think one of the biggest things going into it, and I'll be honest, if I'm in momentum,
right,
like I'm in the midst of a vision of like, I'm in the process of leaning out, I'm in this, right. It's just a different focus going into it compared to I'm in a season of a little more of life.
Exactly. See, I don't worry about Thanksgiving. I'm not a Thanksgiving guy. Never been a big Thanksgiving guy. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day is my weakness. But
what is the food difference between New Year's or Thanksgiving and Christmas?
So like, you're Caucasian and I'm Italian. And it's very different.
So a question. So does that mean like for your Italian Thanksgivings, you do like turkey?
There'll be a turkey. There'll probably be a small ham, but like there'll be a lot of antipasto. There'll be probably lasagna. There'll be another pasta dish.
So then how does that differ from then Christmas?
So like, so for me, it's different because of the fact that like
It's an
Italians
emotional
do-
difference.
Yes, one, it's an emotional
Okay.
difference. Two, it's a menu difference. But no,
There
it's
is a menu
complete
difference. Okay,
no,
okay,
there's
okay,
there's a menu difference. So typically Italians do 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. I don't eat that because I'm allergic, but my family does. So there's a lot of different seafood dishes. Yeah,
Christmas Eve. Interesting.
yeah. So there's really.
Nope.
Wow, I want you to Google this afterward. But yeah, so there's the 7 fishes. So like literally 7 different type of fish, and it's a specific reason why each type of fish is served. Yes, will be served. And then there's like fried galamad. There's octopus salad. Just a whole different array.
It sounds like it's like a seafood night.
Yeah. So yes, Christmas Eve is seafood night in an Italian house. Yes, except for John Arpino meat because I can't. I'll die. Yeah. Yeah, that's just what we do. So like in the Italian culture, Christmas Day is not really the holiday. Like it's whatever. That's when everyone else in the world is waking up and doing presents and, you know, they have everyone over or whatever. Like we still have people over. There's still a big meal, but like the main event is actually Christmas Eve.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep. That's when we go balls to the walls. You're getting drunk with your uncles. You're eating with like you had 9 assholes. It just, there's no holds barred.
But my whole thing is like, if it's a bunch of fish, that's not that bad for you.
But it's not just fish. Okay. Like it's not like, okay. My nonna will probably make 3 different types of homemade pizza. Again, there'll be 2 different types of lasagna. There'll be pasta out the asshole.
That gets calorically dense there. Oh
yeah. 9 different cheeses, prosciutto, gabagool, salami, you name it, it's there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm not into your typical Thanksgiving. So my my thing.
Yeah.
Is
where are your
Christmas.
crutches? Okay.
Right. It's Christmas. So I go into it with the mentality of I've always edited my menus. So like if my family is having lasagna, I will make like a chickpea pasta, or I'll find like heart of palm lasagna noodles because that's very popular. We have a lot of that stuff in stores over here. So I'll make that instead of having regular pasta. If my nonna is making homemade pizza on one of the days, then I'll make a cauliflower crust pizza or, something of that matter. So like, I still like to be in the holiday spirit. I still like to participate, but I'm participating in my own way.
John, if you don't indulge exactly how everyone else is indulging, you're basically having
the enemy.
Disorder.
Yeah, you're the enemy.
Yeah, you're disordered eating, and you need to change that.
Absolutely, I'm a jerk off every year.
It's just so funny.
You're not gonna have your grandmother's pasta again for the 5th year in a row. You're not gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do it, ma. You're really not gonna do it. You're not gonna have lasagna again. No, ma. I haven't had it in 5 years. I'm not gonna do it on the 6th year. I just don't understand. She stood up all night. All night she was preparing. She made cannolis last night. She made fiedels last night, and everyone's gonna eat it. And you're gonna sit there and you just think you're not gonna eat it. Yep. Absolutely, ma. That's not. Yep, I'm not having it.
Yep. And I'm totally cool with it. And it's not oh my gosh, I feel so frustrated or fearful. It's like it's just not what I want to do.
And at the end of the day, it's like I love food. You love food. If you're listening to this podcast, you probably love food too.
Like food.
Yeah.
And some of you no one's telling alcohol more than food, but
yeah, absolutely. And I like alcohol too, but like I'm not telling you not to like food anymore. I love food. I still consider myself a foodie, but there's a time and a place for everything. So if this is your time and place, then go ahead and enjoy. If you think that you're going to overdo it, then you need to figure out now. You need to make a plan now. You have enough time right now to figure out how you're going to attack this holiday.
Yeah. And there's nothing, again, I think we've said it multiple times, but it's like just hammering this idea. There's no perfect one way fits all approach. Like that's just not it's not how this world works. It's not how every single no one thinks the same way. The biggest thing that I convey is what you're doing healthy and happy.
Right.
And there's a lot of ways to go about that season and like this season coming up. Some of it is I'm going to indulge tonight and get back on the grind tomorrow and life moves on. And that's great. Some people, it's like, I just don't know if I can do that yet. And if you're not in that place, well, my thing is create, this is my opinion. If you really struggle during the holiday season and eating off plan, if that's your struggle and you go off balls to the wall, well, guess what? That is everyone else's indulgence. So you are going straight into the fucking deep end and you think you're just going to swim?
Right.
Probably not. So what I would recommend doing is stick to your guns, stick to your nutrition plan during the holiday season. And when you start getting stronger, indulge yourself off season.
Right.
Have that extra whatever when no one else is. Get that feeling going. Get that idea of like, oh yeah, I can eat 2 slices of pizza and move on.
Because the cool thing is, if Thanksgiving's your thing and turkey's your thing, guess what? You can make turkey all year round.
Yeah, you can do it all year long. But I like the idea of like do it off in your own little world so you can strengthen your discipline, strengthen how you deal with this.
Exactly.
Where you're not caught up in everybody else. That's another idea. And again, I actually don't even do that. But my whole point is there are a lot of ways to deal with these situations. And this idea is a one size fits all approach is just not real.
And listen, there's other ways to go about it too. Always having your water glass filled, that's a tip that I used in the beginning.
Chug vodka is what I heard.
Well, yeah, you could chug vodka.
Do you know if you just chug vodka,
you'll be asleep by the middle of the party. But no,
you'll be sleeping by desserts. You're good.
Exactly. Always, the water one. Then there's the, making sure that you are chewing your food all the way. Like I hate reminding people of these little tips. You're going to hear it on 9 other, fitness motivational podcasts that you listen to over the next month and a half.
Eat slower.
But eat slower, make conversation, have topics ready to go.
Don't bring up politics.
But if you really are trying to avoid eating, bring up politics. If you don't want anyone to eat this holiday season, bring up politics.
You're trying to eat clean or eat on plan. Clean's a bullshit term. You're trying to eat on plan. Tell your uncle you're a Republican or Democrat.
Just wait for that turkey to come out, looking at in the eye and say, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. They will not give you the pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Straight like that. Bring up the facts. You'll be fine. No, but that we're really just having fun and just joking 100%. Around. But yeah, 1,000%. But seriously.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, again, so going into the holiday season, I think number one, this is super important. I think this quote is this is a lot of how I live my life, and John lives the exact opposite. No, I'm just kidding. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So if you're just going blind, you're probably not going to do what you planned because actually you don't have a plan. And odds are you're not going to do what you want.
Right.
So again, just lay the intention down. If you're going to just be like, hey, I'm letting myself do whatever tonight. Great. If your plan going into it is, I'm going to really work on having 1 slice of pie and being done. Great.
Yeah.
If your plan is, I'm just going to stick to my guns.
Right.
Great.
Right.
It doesn't matter. The biggest thing for me is have the intention set beforehand. What is your plan?
Yep. Focus on your protein first and foremost. And Thanksgiving is a really good example because it's based around one big protein. So focus on that protein. Very lean protein. Turkey's good for you. Have as much white meat turkey as you want. But focus on that and then figure out what sides, prioritize your sides. That's what I used to tell myself too. Prioritize your sides. Cause like I used to be a really big, like candy yam type of guy.
Okay.
So I would want to have a scoop and a half of candy yams. I'm not a corn guy. I think corn is the most useless vegetable known to man.
Not very.
So I'm not having corn. So boom, that's off the list. We taking that out. My aunt makes some slamming Brussels sprouts with prosciutto in it. I want a quarter scoop of that, but I know going into it, that's what I'm allowing myself to have. I had the taste. I had it. You know what I mean? Like I had it. And I'm done. And I'm okay with being done because I already told myself before going in, this is what you're going to do. Be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself going in. I've set myself up to fail on so many holidays because I lied to myself.
Yeah. Like halfway into it, you're like, you're in your head going, oh, I'm just going to eat exactly on plan. Everything's great. Now I'm just going to touch the turkey and salad. That's all I'm going to touch, turkey and salad. And But then at the same time, in the back of your head going, oh, but I'm just gonna the cookies. And it's like, no, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
You're delusional if you think you're just gonna, if in the back of your head all you're thinking about is all the sweets and you're just going, nope, I'm just gonna be up like
no. But if you tell yourself before you get there, okay, you're having a cookie, you're having a small sliver of whatever, and you're enjoying as much turkey as you please and whatever, you're going to hit that goal. Where you're more likely to.
You're more likely to.
Right.
And then important as we kind of follow in this final avenue,
right,
if it all fucking falls apart and you just binge, and it happens. I can't tell you in the last 8 years that I've never, like, again, even the term binge, it depends on your definition of binge.
Right. If you fall off the wagon.
If you fall off the wagon, completely, like what you consider as your wagon.
I'm talking, you're popping that top button, the belt's coming off,
and you can't put another cookie down. The next, you give yourself grace. Yeah. The next day, it didn't happen.
Right.
And you just get back to normal.
We're not going to the gym and doing 3 hours of cardio.
No, you're not doing
starving ourselves until Christmas. Like,
nope. You're just gonna go, hey, I need to find a better strategy. You're gonna acknowledge it. Like,
yeah. Except the fact that you failed.
Hey, that was not the plan. I did a poor execution of what I planned. I'm gonna have to figure out for going in, if we're rounding Turkey Day and we're going into Christmas. Turkey Day was an L. We're gonna go into Christmas with a new plan, a new strategy of how we're gonna take this down. We're gonna get ready for the next 4 weeks. We're just gonna kind of go back to normal routine. And then we're going to Christmas and we're going to have a little different plan and we're going to try to do better.
It's because it's tough, man. This time of year is tough.
Yeah. Because then what happens is, like, this is what I can't remember which doctor I was listening to, but just the idea of how probably was Dr. Dre. Most people, what happens is the reason why so many people are getting obese today, at least a decent percentage, is the holiday season, you gain 20.
Yeah.
Then you come out of the holiday season just going back to maintenance. But then you held that 15, 10, you may lose 5 or 10, but you're going to keep 10 on or
hold
so
on to a bulk of it
till the next year, and you're going to gain 20.
Yep.
And then you're going to lose 5 to 10 maybe throughout the year, and the next year you're going to gain 20. And so then all of a sudden you're 4 years down the road and you're 25, 30, 40, 50 pounds up. And it wasn't because of,
you were bad the whole year.
No, it was a few weeks that were just a super indulgence. Then you went to maintenance, and then it set up a super day. So again, it's like the biggest thing is a day is never going to kill you. But if you allow November through January 5th to be your holiday, good fucking luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck.
Yep.
Like that is true. Like, doesn't mean like the
and you don't want to be one of those New Year resolutioners again. Yeah.
Yeah. Because now you're just setting yourself up for a huge battle that is so unnecessary. Like, if you just gave yourself a one meal and just got back to normal, it's not a big deal.
And I understand, like, I know people who listen to this have a food addiction. And I know that sometimes listening to some pieces of advice could be like telling a crackhead to be like, hey, just don't smoke crack. Just don't do it. Put down the pipe. And I know that this time of year is just like, it's tempting. It really is. Like, it's tempting. It's a no hold barred situation for everybody, but you can get through it. You can get through it and you can still enjoy it at the same time. There is that sweet spot. There is that happy medium. It's going in with a plan, as we said, it's sticking to that plan. And if that plan doesn't work, it's not punishing yourself, giving yourself grace and going back at it the next day. Like, you can fuck up.
100%.
Fuck ups are going to happen.
Oh my gosh. Like, in the last 8 years, I could tell you, I would say in the last 8 years,
I even fucked up twice this month.
I'm batting 50%.
For what, holidays?
I'm thinking Thanksgiving in particular.
Oh, okay.
I would say I'm batting 50%.
You like Thanksgiving, huh?
Thanksgiving is like my go-to.
Yeah, that's your Super Bowl.
Well, because how it usually works is how the family gets together at Thanksgiving more than anything tends to, like, the bigger family event usually happens.
Yeah.
And I got cousins who make some mean pies.
Okay.
Oh, lemon bars.
So what? Oh, I love lemon
almond bars and
So what's the main event of your Thanksgiving? Is it turkey, or like is there bigger things than the turkey?
Turkey, ham, the stuffings.
Okay.
We usually have a competition on who makes the best stuffing.
Okay.
And that's like, and you talk about calories.
Yeah.
Stuffing is just carbs and fat. Not a lot of protein in stuffing.
Yeah, I have some aunts who can throw down on some stuff.
And so stuffing's big. And then honestly, sweets. Sweets is always like, even throughout my entire life, sweets are the bigger crutch than anything. That's just, for me, that's how it, like that, the Costco size bag of Reese's.
They get me. It's just like I'd rather be savory than sweet sometimes.
Yeah,
like
sweet.
if there's pudding though this year at any of these holidays, I'm fucked. I've been craving pudding for a while. I love me some pudding.
Pudding's not like a big.
Really? You don't like pudding?
Well, but pudding's not my, like, I'm not just going to go to pudding first.
I'm going to pudding.
Pies, almond bars, lemon bars.
Now my sister makes
cookies.
these my sister makes these I don't want to call them brownies because they're not brownies, but they're like the gingerbread equivalent to brownies. I guess you can call them gingerbread bars, I guess. Bro, she made them not last year, the year before. I fucked up half a tray of those bad boys.
Exactly.
I did.
It can happen.
I did. And I did not regret it one bit. I didn't. They were so good.
All right, as we just teased everyone with the how that's all gonna come together.
Guys, remember, a plan, no matter what it is an effective plan. Stick to the plan. We're not punishing ourselves for our mistakes. We're going, full steam ahead no matter what happens, and we're giving ourselves grace. Obviously, holidays are tough. DMs are always open. Always open. So if there's any piece of advice that you need going into this holiday season, you can reach out on any of our Instagrams, on the Accountable Life Group Instagram, our personal Instagrams, or onto, the Accountable Life Group website, and we would be happy to help. With that being said, David, do you have anything else that you'd like to add? No? All right, guys.
There you go.
As always, you can follow the Accountable Life Group at Accountable Life Group on Instagram. If you are interested in coaching, you can go to www.algcoaching.com. You can join us each and every single Wednesday night for our absolutely free community call by going on to www.accountable.lifegroup.com, clicking on the events tab, and that'll take you right in through Zoom. That goes down each and every single Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific. You can follow me at JR's Journey. You can follow him at fit_DRock. And Redcon1, JARPS, T20 JARPS. Real Good Foods, the games in between. Accountable Life Group Journals on Amazon.com. If you're still listening right now, I appreciate you. 5-star rate and review. Stay beautiful, stay sexy, stay accountable.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.